When a woman truly misses you, it's not the text she sends or the tears she cries that matter most. It's the silence between the actions, the space where her mind lingers and her soul reflects. Let's not sugarcoat the truth. The sensation of being missed is a powerful experience for both parties involved. But for us, as followers of Stoicism, it's essential to remember that what matters is not the superficial signs, but the deeper psychological currents at play. As Marcus Aurelius taught, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So, when a woman misses you, it's not her outward actions we should focus on. Instead, it's the way her thoughts begin to color her inner world, shaping the very essence of who she is in your absence. The Stoic way teaches us to observe this without attachment, but with deep awareness. When a woman misses you intensely, the world around her starts to shift. Her thoughts become centered on what is absent, you. But understand this, as a Stoic, it's not about manipulation or seeking validation. It's about recognizing the natural order of things. Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them." This applies not only to us, but to those who think of us. Her thoughts of you are shaped by her perception, by her memory of your actions, your words, and most importantly, your steadfastness. A Stoic man who practices self-control and emotional restraint becomes a stable pillar in her mind, a contrast to the chaotic emotions she experiences when you are gone. This absence plants a seed of longing. As the Stoics would argue, desire arises not from what we lack physically, but from what we lack mentally. In your absence, she begins to reflect on what you bring into her life: order, calmness, and a steady, unwavering presence. This isn't about ego or pride. It's about recognizing the power of your own Stoic discipline. Seneca reminds us that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In this moment, she becomes acutely aware that her happiness, once tethered to your presence, now flutters in the wind like an untethered sail. A woman who misses you intensely often turns inward. Her external world remains unchanged to the casual observer, but inside, a storm brews. This is where the Stoic principle of apatheia, or freedom from destructive emotions, becomes crucial for you. While she wrestles with her feelings of longing, your role as a Stoic is to remain unmoved, not out of coldness, but out of understanding. You know that emotions are fleeting, and you do not chase after them. Instead, you remain grounded, knowing that the longing she feels is a natural response to what is missing from her life. What she won't say, but feels. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca's words cut through the noise of life, offering a sharp clarity that Stoicism consistently provides. When a woman misses you deeply, it's not the outward displays that tell the real story. It's what she doesn't say. In Stoicism, we learn to look beyond the surface, to see the deeper layers of human emotion that lie beneath the everyday facade. And in her silence, there is a yearning that runs deep, a quiet storm that brews, unseen but felt. This silence is often misinterpreted by those who lack the Stoic perspective. They may assume that no words mean no feelings, but we know better. As Stoics, we understand that silence is often the loudest cry. Her mind races through memories of you, reliving moments shared, reflecting on the presence now gone. In the quiet of her thoughts, she battles with the absence, feeling it more intensely because it cannot be filled by anyone or anything else. This is where we, as men of Stoicism, must remain steadfast, not swayed by the external world or her emotional state. Instead, we observe it, detached, understanding that her longing is part of her journey, not ours. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together. In her longing, she reflects on the bond that once tied you together, on the fate that brought you into her life. She may not voice it, but she feels it deeply. This reflection forces her to confront the nature of your relationship, what it meant, and why your absence now feels like a void that cannot be filled. Yet, as Stoics, we must remind ourselves that this is not a call for action. We are not meant to rush back into her life or soothe her pain. Instead, we stand firm in our understanding that her emotions, though real, are hers to navigate. Her yearning grows, but it is often cloaked in subtlety. She may attempt to distract herself, busying her life with other things. But the Stoic understands that distractions are temporary. Her thoughts will return to you, as surely as a river returns to the sea. And in those moments of return, she will feel the full weight of her longing. But this is where the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus shines through. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The same applies to her. Her missing you is not what defines her, it's how she responds to that absence. As she navigates this internal storm, the Stoic in you must remain calm. Do not be swayed by her longing or by your desire to fill the void she feels. Instead, understand that this is part of the natural cycle of human emotions. You remain grounded, embodying the Stoic virtues of self-control, fortitude, and patience. Her journey is her own, and while she may miss you deeply, your role is not to fix or change her feelings. You observe, you understand, and you continue on your path, knowing that true strength lies in emotional mastery. The pull of memory. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus's words resonate deeply when we explore the phenomenon of longing. For a woman, the memory of you is not just a fleeting thought. It becomes a sharp, tangible presence in your absence. As followers of Stoicism, we recognize that memory is a powerful tool, one that can either chain us to the past or free us through reflection. For her, the memory of who you were in her life grows sharper, more vivid in your absence. The moments you shared take on new meaning, and in her solitude, she relives them, often more intensely than when they occurred. Memory plays a crucial role in how a woman processes her feelings of missing you. The Stoics taught us that the mind is where reality is shaped. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, Marcus Aurelius advised. When she thinks of you, she isn't just recalling moments, she's reliving them, the way you carried yourself, the steadiness of your character, and the control you exhibited over your emotions. All these qualities become heightened in her mind. In your absence, you become larger than life. This is not a result of anything you've done actively, it's the natural course of memory and longing. But here lies the danger, and as Stoics, we must tread carefully. Her heightened memory of you can lead to idealization, where you become something more than you ever were. This is why the Stoic principle of keeping ourselves grounded in reality is so important. While she may elevate you in her mind, you must remain rooted in who you truly are. You do not allow her idealized version of you to shape your actions or your sense of self. Instead, you stay firm in the knowledge that who you are is enough, whether she remembers you fondly or not. You are not defined by her memory of you. For her, these memories can create an intense longing. The absence sharpens the desire for what once was, but as a Stoic, you understand that clinging to the past only leads to suffering. You do not chase after the moments she misses, nor do you attempt to recreate them. Seneca's wisdom guides us here. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Each day is new, and though she may dwell on the past, you remain focused on the present. The pull of memory may be strong for her, but you, as a Stoic, remain the master of your own thoughts, unaffected by her nostalgia. The inner turmoil. In the throes of missing someone, a woman may experience inner turmoil, an emotional chaos that feels overwhelming. But for us, as Stoics, we understand that this turmoil is not something to be feared or avoided. Instead, it is a natural part of the human experience. The key, as always, is how we respond to it. "He who is brave is free," said Seneca. Freedom, in the Stoic sense, comes from mastering our emotions, not allowing them to control us. When she misses you, she is confronted with her own emotional chaos, a storm that swirls within her mind and heart. But as a Stoic, you know that your role is not to calm her storm. It is to remain the unshakable rock in the midst of it. Her emotions may rise and fall like waves, but you, grounded in the teachings of Stoicism, remain unmoved. You do not react to her emotional turbulence, nor do you allow it to dictate your own state of mind. This is the essence of Stoic fortitude, strength in the face of external chaos. Her longing for you may intensify, but you do not let it pull you into her emotional world. You observe, you understand, but you do not become entangled. This is the way of the Stoic, to maintain inner peace, even when the world around you is in turmoil. As her inner turmoil grows, she may reach out, seeking reassurance or comfort. But you, as a Stoic, know that true strength comes from within. You do not offer empty words or false promises. Instead, you stand firm in your own emotional mastery, knowing that her peace must come from within herself. Epictetus reminds us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Her turmoil is hers to navigate, and your role is not to alleviate it, but to model the strength that comes from Stoic discipline.